Y'all know I'm about to be shady. We about to be shady today. Shady boots in the house. Y'all know I don't care about stealing nobody's song, especially when the song is free. That's free music. Anybody can use it. We about to be shady boots today. Okay? Moderators, don't block nobody. We want to have some fun today. We gonna see who gonna drop down, who gonna be bold enough to drop down out the clouds today. Don't block nobody unless they get highly disrespectful. Don't block them. Let them drop down out the clouds. We're gonna have some fun today. We about to be shady boots because this weekend was cray cray. This weekend was crazy. I mean, y'all provided a level of entertainment this weekend that I couldn't even keep up with. Because I do have a real life. Like on the weekends, I'm normally out with my husband because he's off on the weekends. I just couldn't keep up. It was so much. It was so much going on this weekend. I couldn't even keep up. Okay. I couldn't even keep up. Okay. I'm still trying to catch up. But I'm not, some of that stuff I don't care about. Like, some of them people that's, if I don't know you, I don't care about your beef. Like, you could just beef until, like Jay Wilson say, until it turned into beef jerky. If I don't normally watch you, I don't care about your beef. So you can just beef on. Hey Phyllis, girl, we've been missing you too. Where have you been? You know we've been. Oh, I gotta do my nails. They look atrocious. I took them fake nails off, and they look a mess now. Hey Deborah. Hey Brenda. Hey Lady Hathor. Hey Leah. Yeah, just don't do. Yeah, Phyllis. Now you know that was too many emojis. Yeah. Speaking of the coronavirus, um, the Princess cruise ship that they had said was going to dock in San Francisco, that I think has 20 people on board that tested positive for the coronavirus. They're not saying how sick these people are or anything. San Francisco was like, you're not going to dock here. And guess where they docking at? In Oakland. So it just arrived here at the port of Oakland. I think they said it's 3,500 people on board the ship. And they said the people that live here in the Bay Area, well, of course, the sick people will be removed first. Then the people that live here in the Bay Area will be removed. And then they're gradually going to remove other people. So the people that are not sick, I think, are still going to be quarantined to the ship until they can get them off. But they have ambulances, they have shuttle buses, and everything now parked at the Port of Oakland. They're trying to get these people off of this cruise ship, and I don't understand why those people came here. Like, why they come to the Bay Area. I don't know. I'm trying not to think about that. I really am. But I'm gonna tell you this: I ain't going to nobody's hospital right now because they are not releasing which hospitals here in the Bay Area that they are taking these sick people to. But the other day, Kaiser Oakland, which is the hospital that I go to all the time, said that they have a total wing dedicated to bio, you know, a total wing dedicated to this type of situation. So I guess it's a biohazard wing or whatever. This is a brand new state of the art facility. We have two brand new hospitals here in Oakland that are brand new state of the art facilities. One of them being Kaiser Oakland and the other one being Highland Hospital, which is a trauma hospital. When traumas happen here in the Bay Area, like gunshot victims, very severe car accidents. Kaiser has, helicopters can land there, and they have a trauma unit where most gunshot victims are brought to to Highland Hospital. So we have two state of the art, major state of the art hospitals here in Oakland. That could be why they decided not to let them dock in San Francisco and to let them dock here in Oakland. So I'm really assuming that some of those patients are going to Kaiser, which is a hospital that I go to, and some of those patients are probably going to Highland. They're not releasing on the news yet where these patients are going. We have no idea. There is ambulance and fire department and everything now at the Port of Oakland where this cruise ship has docked to meet these people to take them to the hospital. They're not saying how sick these people are or anything. So at this time, we have, basically they're not giving out a whole lot of information when it comes to, how sick these people are. And I think they said how many people it was, but I didn't really catch that because we just walked in the door recently. But yeah, this is serious. Because if these people are at Kaiser Oakland, I ain't going there for nothing. Hey, caller. Ooh, Sau. I don't know how to pronounce your name, honey, but she said, where? Hey, Troy! Uh-oh, Troy done dropped down out the clouds. Y'all, please go to Troy's channel because Troy posted a video today that is so good about the whole DC situation, Wiley and all the fellas. So please go support Troy. Watch his video. Oh my God, people dropping. Let me drop this call in number now. Whoever want to call in and get it started, let's get it started. Cause we gonna be on here. We gonna talk about honey. Nothing is off limits. Just don't be on here cussing people out and carrying on like you ain't got no sense. I don't allow that. Okay, but nothing is off limits. We can talk about anything. This video will probably be demonetized. So you can go as far as you want to go. I don't care. Just don't cuss and don't be overly disrespectful. And if you are disrespectful of the whole your name tonight to speak to the ancestors full moon. So don't come over here getting it twisted that just because I didn't got into drama that I ain't still a witch. I'm still a witch, and if you come over here acting crazy, your name will be in a pot for the ancestors tonight when I do my full moon ritual. I just wanted to get that out there, okay? I'm a gossiping witch, okay? If Jay Wilson can be a stripping pastor, I can be a gossiping witch. So don't ever get it twisted that just because I didn't dipped my foot into the gossip, that I won't still burn a whole black candle with your name, your picture, and everything else on it. Now, since we didn't got that out the way, whoever want to call, make it pop. I just want to let you know, because sometimes y'all get a little confused. Don't ever get it confused that just because I'm gossiping, I still won't get with you. Oh, I keep a nasty candle. We can get it popping while you here too. So don't get it twisted. Now, who want to talk? Who want to talk? Y'all want me to start? Okay. So this weekend, let's start with Rico. This weekend, Rico did. I think it was a Friday night that. Okay, we're gonna have to go back a little bit farther. We're gonna have to kind of go back to the beginning for this to make any sense. Before y'all call, let me set the stage. So Rico and Wiley used to talk. They were talking. They were, friends. So they decided to meet in DC. So Wiley took a trip. Wiley is a content creator. Rico is a content creator. So we just got two players so far, Wiley and Rico. Wiley decided to go to DC to meet Rico, which, everybody knew that they were, um, the same, on the same playing field. So Wiley went down there to meet Rico. So it was Wiley and Rico. We thought it was just going to be Wiley and Rico, but no. It ended up being Wiley, Rico, and Chocolate Bay. Chocolate Bay got in there some kind of way. We didn't even know that Chocolate Bay, was going or was going to be on that trip or whatever, because, Chocolate Bay really seems like this is the way that he portrays himself. Like he's slightly above Wiley and Rico. I don't know why. All y'all in the same persuasion. So how can you be okay? So Chocolate Bay, tries to make it seem like he's, more intelligent and more articulate. And, I come from a really good family. I have really nice teeth. And I would never stoop as low as to, get with Wiley and Rico. Come to find out, they was all doing the do. Like all of them. Wiley, Rico, Chocolate Bay, some random doctor, some other dude. They was all just, it was just a fest. Okay? So they was all doing that. Just, dang, I need some props. Okay. Don't worry about the fact that she's pink. Okay? Just pretend like she's a boy. And we already know that Rufus is a boy. Rufus is a boy. His name is Rufus. But we're going to pretend like she's a boy. Okay? So they was like all, that was them. So what happened was, it came out that Wiley and Chocolate Bay, this Chocolate Bay, was in the bed naked on top of each other. Like this. This Wiley and this Chocolate Bay. This is what Rico said. Rico said they was like this, and that's when the problem started. When Rico got drunk and was saying, Rico thought that Chocolate Bay was trying to say that he was a liar. And plus, Chocolate Bay kind of hinted at the fact that he would never mess with them because they was on a totally different level than him. And Chocolate Bay called Rico low hanging fruit. And what did he do that for? Honey, Rico had his bottle of Hennessy Friday night. And I really think that Chocolate Bay hurt Rico's feelings when he called Rico low hanging fruit. I really think that that hurt his feelings. Honey, Rico had his Hennessy. You not gonna call me no. You not gonna call me no low hanging fruit. You ain't gonna be out here saying I'm lying because I ain't no low hanging fruit. Cause you was there too. You was right there with her. You was on top of Wiley. You was butt booty naked on top of Wiley. And then I did you. You sucked me. You sucked Wiley. I mean, it was just a whole bunch of sucking, and I'm about to get demonetized. It was a whole bunch of sucking and fucking going on. Wait, let me get my hands. All night long. Because me and Juju B was in the living room, and you and Wiley was in the bedroom. It was a whole bunch of sucking. It was a sucking and fucking fest. That's exactly what it was in DC. Let me drink my Hennessy. And honey, let me smoke on a cigarette. Honey, they made Rico so upset. Rico was so upset that he pulled his whole pants down again and showed his penis. Cause you're not gonna lie on Rico. You're not gonna lie on me. Cause I'm gonna show you my whole dick. But people get the line on me, I show my dick. That's what I'm going. Give me my Hennessy. You lie on me, I'm gonna show you my whole dick. You took this whole dick. Yes, you did. Cause I gave it to you. Yeah, you sure did. I gave you this whole dick and you took it all up in your mouth. And then after you did that, you did Wiley. We all did each other. Don't be calling me no low hanging fruit when we all out here sucking and doing the do. We all did it. So if I'm low hanging fruit, you low hanging fruit too. Yes, you are. We all low hanging fruit together. Don't you ever disrespect my penis. Ever. You took this whole penis. Child, when I saw Rico, 4-hour video this weekend, I said, you know what, Jesus? Because you know Jesus is on the main line. I called him. I said, Jesus, yeah. Yes, they are on here talking about penises. Yes. Wiley, Rico, some doctor, some random dude in Chocolate Bay. You know what happened in DC. Why you didn't tell us when it first happened though? Yeah, Rico's spilling all the tea. Yeah, no, you can't see it now because the video has been deleted. Okay, I'll call you back later. Okay, bye. The video's been deleted. Okay, it was a 4-hour video, but Rico had to come back and talk about it. And of course, Chocolate Bay. I think Chocolate Bay is embarrassed because why you embarrassed? You embarrassed because you had sex with Wiley? I ain't even gonna talk about that. I'd be embarrassed too, though. But if all y'all, okay, so I left out a piece of the. So there is an to this story, and I'm not gonna say who has HIV because the person did put it out there that there is a HIV component to this story. And that's where the story starts to not be funny anymore. Because when you get a group of men that are, I don't have a problem with people doing whatever they're going to do in their bedroom. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. But when you stop taking HIV serious, then there's a problem because you're playing with your life at this point. Because during when this story first came out, it was kind of said that I think Rico had said that Wiley had kind of, there was some pooping going on. There was an exchange of poop in one of those situations. So if there was an exchange of poop, then that means that there probably were no condoms. And if there are no condoms, then there can be a chance of the spread of this disease. So, Wiley came on his channel Saturday and he was saying, well, this person is undetectable and this person is taking their medication. And yeah, there are some articles out there that say that if the virus is undetectable and the person is, taking their medication like they're supposed to, there, is a chance that, they won't be able to spread the virus. But, and this is a big but, if the person is compliant with their medicine. And that's the thing. Like, there is no way in the world I would take that type of chance believing that just because someone is saying or shaking their, pill bottle, I'm taking my medicine. This is my medicine right here. I'm taking it because I'm shaking up this medicine right here that I'm supposed to take every day and I ain't took it. Now, I probably will take it later, but I have not taken it. And I'm supposed to take it in the morning, and it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in California. That's my point. I would never trust anyone with my life. And it seems like Wiley has this belief that he can't catch, you know, this disease or this disease won't touch him because, because, because what? And there are different strains of HIV. Like everyone doesn't have the same strain of the virus. And the virus is not going to react in everybody's body the same. I have an autoimmune disease that is extremely similar to lupus. I have very, I'm just going to say it. I have very beautiful skin, okay? For someone that has psoriasis, like you cannot look at me and tell that I have psoriasis, but I have psoriasis. There are people with the same disease that I have in their skin. Is my nose running or am I sweating? And their skin is literally peeling off of their body. Their hair is falling out, their hands, some of them are cracking and bleeding, and you can't look at me and tell that I have psoriasis. Autoimmune diseases, viruses, all of that stuff acts differently in different people's bodies. You don't know how your body is going to react to HIV, just like how some people are catching the coronavirus and they are able to walk out of the hospital, and some people catch the coronavirus and they end up in the morgue. It depends on how your body reacts to the virus. Do any of them understand? And what was really crazy to me and what really pisses me off is then they get online and want to say that it's women out here passing around the HIV virus. Oh, it's you women out here passing the virus. But you got 4 grown men. Was it 4? Yeah. 4 men in a house just going from mouth to back, in the front to back, jumping on top of each. And we out here passing up the virus. No, y'all don't care about your lives and anybody else. Because Wiley is quick to say that he is bisexual. So you would take that front to back, back. I pointed at my front. I forgot they don't have. They have a back. You take that to that, and then you want to go there with a one. No, women, y'all. I'm telling you. You think the coronavirus is scary? It's too many men out here that don't want to admit that they go both ways and then want to jump up in your one way, and then you mess around and you got HIV because you didn't know that the person that you was with was going both ways, and they didn't got the HIV and now you didn't got the HIV. So Sean Bradley wants to get online and say, "Oh, well, it's more black women with HIV than it is men." Really? How they get it? How did they get it? Huh? How did we get it? Huh? Where it come from? Huh? Y'all kill me. Yeah, AIDS is not killing people like it used to because the medicine is more advanced now. If they can catch it early and treat it with a at the HIV status, then yeah, you won't die. But if you're not compliant with your medication, you can get sick. And it does depend on when they catch the virus. Because if they don't catch the virus until your T cells are down to 3 or 4, you're going to have a harder chance of fighting. Your viral load will be heavier than someone who went to the doctor when they first got sick, or whatever, and found out that they had it and their viral load was lower. It's easier to treat. But I was watching a documentary about men, I think this was in Mississippi, and it talked about how many gay men in Mississippi have HIV and are not, they're scared to go in to be tested because they're afraid to hear that they actually have the virus. And it's a lot of men out there. Men don't like going to the doctor. They really don't. But women, we do have to be careful because there are a lot of down low men out here. And there are a lot of men that want to go both ways. And I don't care if you go both ways, but tell the woman that, hey, I go both ways. Just like when I meet somebody, before I got with my husband, if I met them, I'd be like, oh, I do voodoo. I just want to let you know, just in case you come over my house and see something crazy. I would tell them. So why you can't tell somebody I go both ways? I play for both teams. Okay? Lady Hathor said a person can have HIV for 10 years with no symptoms. It depends on how your body reacts to the virus. And then some people, as soon as they contract the disease, they will start running a fever and get really sick and feel really run down. And that is what prompts them to go to the doctor to see what's going on. And bam, you got HIV virus. And I don't think. Yeah, by the way, I do voodoo. Yeah, that's how I tell them. I I ain't gonna go into no long, drawn out explanation, but I just throw that out there. When I'm at the point where I'm gonna throw all my cards on the table, I make sure I throw that one out there too. I do voodoo. Yeah, I got a dog. I like cats. I got 2 kids, and I do voodoo. There you go. I'm gonna just keep it real. I don't think that Wiley understands how serious the way he talks, he does not understand how serious this disease is, because everybody in his circle who is HIV positive is out here just, living, they look healthy or whatever. But if these people decide to, like, hey, I'm gonna stop taking my meds or whatever, I don't think Wiley has really seen someone get really sick and die from this disease. My cousin, and this was back in the 80s, I had a cousin who passed away from full blown AIDS. And I was young. I think I was like 17 or 18 years old. And this was one of the things that scared me about having sex. I was like, I'm not having sex with nobody, because 17 and 18 years old, I was not having sex. And after I saw my cousin, I was like, I'm never going ever gonna I'm gonna just stay married to Jesus. I had thought about becoming a nun for a minute, but I was like, ain't no black nuns. I ain't about to. I don't think so. But yeah, there are black nuns. I was like, I'm just gonna stay married to Jesus, because if this is what happens when you have sex, we went to visit my cousin, and he was, in bed. He was at home, and he just looked like a skeleton. I mean, it. I had never ever seen anything like that in my entire life. He was so thin and, I mean, just gaunt. It was just like it was like there was nothing there. The There was no fat left on his body, just skin on top of bones. And he was, at this time, he was still alive. He was so frail, and they were taking care of him at home. And I remember after he passed away, they had a hard time. The funeral home didn't want, the funeral home that the family wanted to use didn't want to take him. We were in Oakland. They had to call a funeral home in San Francisco that specialized in AIDS patients. And that like really messed our entire family up. Like, we all knew that, he was gay and stuff, but when he got sick, we didn't, no one in the family understood how serious it was at the time, until he got extremely ill. And to watch someone that, went from being extremely vibrant and healthy die like that was an eye opener for me as a teenager. I was like, okay, whatever this is, I don't ever want to get it. I don't want to deal with it. It was just difficult. I don't think that Wiley has ever seen anything like that, because he's so cavalier about this disease. It's just like, oh, well, he even said, if I get it, I'll just get it. And I'll just take the meds and deal with it. Well, what if you're one of those people that get it and the meds don't help you? Or you get really, really sick? He 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 don't care. Okay. Y'all scared to talk? y'all was gonna be scared. I knew y'all was gonna be scared. Yeah, he been gone. He been gone a long time, child. I'm 55 years old. But it was so sad. I mean, I felt so. I mean, being that young, like I didn't know how to feel. I didn't really understand. I didn't understand really understand the disease, and I knew that there was a connection to, to gay people, and I knew it was getting big. A lot of people were talking about people were dying, and I didn't have a full understanding of the disease until I went to college and started studying and stuff. Like, of course I understand it now. I've been to college. I've taken a lot of classes. I've worked in the healthcare field, so of course we have to be at the time we had to be very versed in HIV and AIDS. Working in the healthcare field, I worked for a doctor, and he did treat some patients who at the time had HIV. So yeah, you have to be well versed in what's going on, and I just really feel for Wiley and all of these young men who, I don't know if it's the fact that they don't have enough education around this disease, or they just don't care. Especially like someone like Chocolate Bay, who's, oh well, I wouldn't mess with Rico, and Rico's low hanging fruit. But then we find out, yeah, you messing with Rico, you messing with everybody, all y'all messing with it. It's just a gumbo of gay men. Y'all all messing with each other. That's what y'all do. I don't care about them messing with each other because they all grown. It's not like they're messing with a child. They are all grown. The only component that, you know, sticks out to me is there is HIV in there. HIV. You can't play with that. You cannot play with that. Cola said a lot of people who caught it thought it would never happen to them. It's a mindset that it's not going to be right. I really believe that Wiley thinks that he can't get it. He thinks he can't get it, and then he said if he does get it, oh well, I'll just take the medicine. That's crazy. Because hey,
Hey, how are you?
good. Oh wait, hold on, child. You ain't on speaker.
Uh-uh.
Good. How are you?
I'm well. My friend from Oakland.
Hey.
I love Oakland. I visited Oakland, I think about 6 years ago. Y'all had a place called Amsterdam University.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah. I took a class there for a week. They made it medical in Michigan. And so I went there for a week and got some good information, and had a pretty good business in it till they made it legal now, and the big boys are in it. But that's a whole other story. But anyway, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm curious. I know you're talking about Wiley in that situation, but can I ask you a kind of personal question?
Sure.
So the witch, well, being a witch, I'm educate me. How does that work out?
No, it is okay. Question. A lot of people ask me that. Um,
Okay.
Voodoo voodoo is a offshoot from a religion called voodoo. Voodoo is a actual religion just like Christianity. Now,
Okay.
our ancestors, the majority of them were Christians by force. Okay.
Right.
After they came here from Africa, Christianity was given to them by the slave masters. That's what they had to practice in front of the slave masters. But because they came from a different land, they practiced whatever they practiced, whether it be Santeria, the Yoruba
Right.
tradition, if they were
Right.
witches, if they did voodoo or whatever, they did that under the guise of Christianity. Okay, I grew up
Okay.
as a Christian. Okay, in the Baptist church, I believe in Jesus in the whole 9 yards. I was baptized as a child, grew up in the church. Actually, I am a ordained minister. I have preached the gospel the whole 9 yards. Now,
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't like or believe in what a lot of these pastors preach. So I went
Mm,
back to doing some of the things that our ancestors did. Now, I do practice what is called Santeria or the Yoruba tradition, and the Yorubas are African people from Nigeria that practice a more natural religion where we honor our ancestors and the Orishas. Okay. I consider myself a witch because I do a lot of things that are non traditional. Traditional
okay.
being Christianity, Muslims, Methodists, uh, Holiness, Church of God in Christ, all of those religions I consider traditional. Okay, but I am a person
Mm-hmm.
that has been able to incorporate Christianity into Santeria and everything else that I practice. And I say that I am a witch proudly because I want people to understand that witches are not bad people. We still believe in Jesus. I still will go to church every now and then if the spirit hit me. I listen to gospel music. I have
Mm-hmm.
just been
Mm-hmm.
able to incorporate these religions together to fit me.
Right. 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 Okay. Okay.
Did that
That
answer your
makes
question?
that makes sense. That answers my question. And I took a class in college about what dealing with like the world religions.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start studying those different religions, you really see how much they have in common, or how
Right,
similar the thing
right,
is. You know what I mean?
right.
and,
They have a
and,
lot in
and
common.
yep, yep, yep. And I was born in a Christian Baptist household, and I have to kind of get on people that are dogmatic about Christianity. Is like, look, the only reason why you're a Christian is because you were born here in America and your parents were Christian. If you would have been born in India, you would be what, a Buddhist
A
or Hindu,
Buddhist.
you know? So
Right,
right. So you can't say, that hey, this is the one and only way. No, we don't know that,
right.
So
And how do we
yeah,
know that
definitely.
Christianity is the right way? Like, we all people who are Christians say that this is the true religion, the one true religion, or the right way. But how do you know that with there being so many religions across the world? We are Christians because our forefathers and ancestors were Christians, but we are also, the majority of you people consider yourself African American. So why do you not understand that as Africans, we did have a religion other than Christianity? So
Right. And the fact is,
why do you ignore that but uphold white Jesus? And don't
but
get me wrong,
the
I
key,
love white
the key,
Jesus. That's a part of
the
my
key.
life. But there
Who?
are
I
other
don't know.
parts to religion.
I don't know no white Jesus. You even watch? You ain't see my videos? I got black Jesus on my wall.
Yeah, but
My
love
mama.
whoever you
Yeah,
want to love.
My mama.
Oh
She's
yeah,
yeah.
mine too. Mine too. Don't you say nothing about white Jesus in my mama house, honey. You would have got into some serious trouble. But yeah, that's who I am.
I love your show. I love your style. I love your personality. And what I was gonna say is, when I came to Oakland, I noticed that you all, the dress, the mannerism, it was like, okay, maybe should I be afraid? But it was like the people cool. They were like, they were chill. They were relaxed. You know what I mean? But the piercings, all the kind of different vibes I got, but coming from the Midwest, going to Oakland, and I really enjoyed my week I spent there.
A
So
lot. I mean, Oakland gets this really, kind of bad rap. That it's a lot of ghetto bad boys and drug dealers and all of that kind of stuff in Oakland. But Oakland is a very chill city. I mean, we
that's what I
do
noticed. Yep,
have
yep,
a lot
yep,
of,
yep, yep.
even the thugs are still kind of chill. Like, you see guys hanging
They're
out
polite.
in front of the liquor stores. They chill. Everybody out here
They're,
chilling. It's
they're
a lot of
polite. They're like,
hippies and
yeah,
OGs
yeah,
like
yeah, a lot of
me
that. Yep,
who
yep, yep,
grew up in the projects
yep.
and we turned into little old hippies. It's a lot of that here in Oakland. I mean, Oakland is a very, very diverse city. So all of the
Yeah,
stuff
it is.
that you
It is.
hear about a lot of drug dealing and killing and stuff, that was kind of like in the 80s when crack was,
Crackhead.
really,
Yeah,
yeah,
right,
when
right.
crack hit, it was
That
a lot of
devastated.
killing and
Yeah,
drugs and
yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. But wasn't that in the majority of all of the big cities that
All of them.
had a large
Yeah,
population of
L.A.,
black people?
L.A., Oakland, Detroit,
Yeah,
Chicago. Yeah,
right,
yeah. That. And what gets me, and not to hold you up to it, what gets me is when you really look into it and to think that stuff was coming in sanctioned by the government.
right, right. It was coming into all the hoods. It was messing
it
up
made
all the hoods. I'm just one of
it
those
made
people that didn't, it didn't touch me. I mean, it touched part of my family, but it didn't touch me because I have always been college minded, and drugs have, never been a part of my life ever.
I'm I'm such a control freak that I never want to see myself in a situation where I'm not in control.
Yeah.
And then I used to see the white boys come in on Friday from the plants to my neighborhood and leave out broke, pushing their car because there's no gas. And so I saw from that end of it. And even the people in the neighborhood that got on it. I mean, at least on the heroin, you could live a little long and kind of function. But when you got on that crack, you were homeless in 3 months.
Yeah.
On
And
that.
skinny and oh no. Once I saw what those people, look like, and I had family members be like, "That's a
Yeah, we all
crackhead. You
did.
don't
Yeah,
never want to be no
yeah,
crackhead." And I was like,
yeah,
"You
yeah,
right, I don't."
yeah. I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Stay away from that.
I was scared.
I was scared. I was literally afraid of the crack. I thought they were like zombies or something. Because I grew up in the projects, and like it was big there. And when I would see them walking around looking, I thought that they were zombies or something. And I
But
think my
fast forward.
family, my older cousins and uncles and stuff, wanted me to believe that they were zombies so that I never would, deal with that. So that was
That's
how I
right.
put it in
Right.
my mind. They zombies. I don't ever want to be a zombie. So I stayed far away
Right.
from them.
And fast forward to 2020, you see the young white kids and black kids too. But I know Detroit, you see a lot of young white kids from the suburbs, the opium, the heroin,
Oh yeah.
and it's like, dude, y'all didn't read your history books. I
Yeah.
mean, you didn't realize how this was going, and not to belittle it, but hey, just quickly on that DC gate. What was funny to me was when it happened, VS was down there too and met up with Wiley. And I know they kept saying another YouTuber was, and I'm like, I was like, he said you're a cool guy online, but it's like, It's like, okay, you come off as an air like you're bigger, you're better, you're professional, blah blah blah. But in
He
the
was
back
there the
room,
whole time because in one of VS's videos. I don't know if it was VS's video or Wiley's video, because Wiley's shady. Wiley showed Chocolate Bay in the background.
Wiley is a mess.
Wiley's shady. Wiley gonna start some mess. If it's a mess to get started, Wiley was like, you're not gonna pretend like you're not here with me. You with me.
Wiley is a mess. It's kind of funny because my kids come, by the computer and they like, yeah, Greg, what are you watching and why? What's wrong with you? Like, it's like a train wreck waiting to happen. Like, I can't help.
That's my husband. When my husband come downstairs and look at what I be watching, he just looks at me like, I don't understand why do you watch that, babe? Why are you watching that? I'm like, I can't stop.
My wife is the same way, and I said, look, you watch the Real Housewives, okay? I watch this because it's amazing. But on a serious note, though, what really got me about the deal is how people are acting as if AIDS is cured. And I know the young folks weren't around in the 80s and 90s. Those guys, like I said, in their 20s. So back in those days, they were maybe were they even born? I don't know. But it's like, I remember how it was.
I do too.
And just to say, they got the prep and they got all this other stuff. I remember how it was. Whether you're gay, whether you're straight, it didn't matter. And I don't say this lightly, but I thank God that I'm in my 50s. I made some 50s. I'm married and I'm satisfied with my wife. So you know what I mean. But I do worry about the kids and my daughter and stuff. But yeah, it's there. Like I said, they act like it's not a big deal. Hey, take prep, take this, and I'm good.
I don't understand why they make it seem like it's not a big deal, and this is a very, very serious disease. Very serious. Any virus that can break down your T cells, that can break down your immune system, is extremely serious. Because if you don't have T cells, you eventually die because your body can't fight off any type of infection. And I don't understand why they don't understand that.
Or the argument is made that, well, you die of cancer or something before you die. You have HIV. Well, my thing is, look, I don't want to give God one more thing to work with.
I sure don't. God didn't already gave me enough, so I'm not trying to add nothing on to what I already have. No, I'm not. And that whole idea about, people are dying from high blood pressure or they're dying from heart disease, those type of diseases aren't contagious, though. If I get heart disease or if I get high blood pressure or diabetes, I can't give that to nobody in my household or to no partner that I have. That's just my disease. But HIV and AIDS, you can give that to other people. Y'all hanging out together and all of y'all people having sex together, you can pass that virus to each other. That's the problem that I have. Y'all can't sit around and pass diabetes to each other. So it's a huge difference.
It's a huge one. And my thing is, so is this what y'all do at the YouTube meetups? I'll pay.
That's what I was saying. I said, so y'all all just got together to have sex?
Is this what goes on at the meet and greet?
That was I knew that Wiley and Rico were going to, because they were talking to each other before they went. But I didn't know that Chocolate Bay, and then they had enough. So it was just like a orgy type situation.
You know how Rico is.
Yeah.
very emotional.
Yeah.
And once that liquor gets to going,
Yeah.
you can forget
You
about it.
forget
Everything come out.
whatever happened. Once Rico get to hitting that Hennessy and that beer and smoking them Newports, your whole story gonna be out.
I
Chocolate
made the
Bay should
mistake
have
of watching.
just, admitted from the jump, yes,
Sure.
I had, I was intimate with Rico. Or he should have never put Rico down. Because once he said that Rico was low hanging fruit and Rico heard that, that was it. Rico was like, I'm going to tell the whole story. I'm going to tell everything. And that's what he did.
And he proved he has nothing to hide. And I made the mistake of watching that 4-hour video near the end, and I saw something that I cannot unsee.
Honey, Rico is all. Once Rico get drunk, he is going to show everybody his penis. That is part of the drunkenness. That's not the first time that Rico did that. Every time he get drunk and do like a 3 or 4 hour video, the last part of the video is gonna be Rico showing his penis. You gonna see this penis?
Like, oh my goodness! Come on.
Rico say, I may not have a house or a car or a limousine or anything, but I got 9.5 inches and I'm going to show it to everybody. Everybody.
I am completely transparent. I'm an open book.
You're going to see this penis, okay? I'm going to show you this penis. I don't care at this point. Rico will pull them pants. Rico will stand up and pull them pants down in a minute. Rico said, I ain't got no problem with you seeing this penis.
How many channels has he gone through already now?
3, I think. And they all get taken because he showed his penis.
Yeah, but they get monetized. He pulls the numbers because I think the new one, the Bartender Lounge, has. If you don't mind me saying the name, I think that one has 1,000. So
yeah, I'm surprised that one didn't. That's the one where he showed. That's the one where he showed it.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that one didn't. But he did eventually go and either privatize that video or something.
Okay.
He was so drunk that night that he wasn't able to privatize it. But I think it's gone now because the end of that video was the show. But
and I'm sorry.
he can't help it. I really feel for Rico. That's why I was telling you. I was trying to explain to you when you had made that video. I think when you interviewed Rico. Yeah, when he was that time he was crying. I was trying to tell you that all of his tears was not about Wiley. Rico had just lost his auntie or whatever, and some of that is grief. You know what I mean? Like Rico is suffering, and the only way that he knows how to soothe that pain is with alcohol. And I have a soft spot in my heart for alcoholics because my biological mother was an alcoholic, and she lost all of us. She had 4 kids, and we were all adopted because my mother was an alcoholic. And I have a soft spot in my heart for alcoholics. And I know that Rico's thing is grief. My mother's thing was grief. She lost a baby, and she lost my little sister. My little sister died of SIDS, and my mother never recovered. She just never ever recovered from that loss. And so I have a soft spot for alcoholics. I really do. And I know that Rico, that his thing, it wasn't just Wiley. It's just the fact that everybody he loves, he feels like they leave him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously now because he's still going through those issues, and the alcoholism is real.
It's real. That is real, and a lot of people don't understand that.
The liver, it's the real deal. It's the real deal. It's the real deal. But hey, thank you for talking to me. I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you.
Okay, well, thank you for calling.
Appreciate your show.
All right.
Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
A YouTuber that has called into the show. So I appreciate that. We have a lot of the same I really enjoy Troy's videos. We have a lot of the same views when it comes to the situations that are going on here on YouTube, and I feel like we have
To accept, press 1.
a lot of the same views because we kind of like in the same age group. Hello, who's this?
Hey, superstar. It's Stephanie. You're my
Hey,
superstar.
how you
Hey,
doing?
how are you doing? I'm doing okay.
Good.
And I love you, and your makeup is so cute.
Oh,
And I
thank
want to
you.
say that I put that in the comments, but
Thank you, girl.
I don't think you read the comments. But I'm like, oh, she's glamorous with that makeup on. Okay, let me say something.
You know that I'm coming for Jackie Aina. Okay, I'm coming for all the beauty gurus. This 55-year-old grandma, I'm coming for all of them, girl. I'm gonna be out here showing off
I
my little
mean,
makeup. I ain't buying this makeup for nothing.
so first of all, if you claim 55, that's great. But you don't look 55, and I don't want to be disrespectful and say anything out the way, but you don't look 55,
But I am,
and
girl.
I'm just here to stay. And if you own it, you own it. But I'm just saying you don't look it. So
Thank you, sweetie. Whoever that is, call back because I can't put you on. I can't put y'all both on at the same time. Call back. Caller ending in 9312. Call right back. Okay, go ahead, sweetie.
I wanted to get your perspective when it comes to manifestation and you're trying to manifest things. Lately, it's not as if I'm trying to manifest things for myself, because I put myself on the back burner always at all times. At this point, I'm trying to manifest things for my husband, and we didn't get what we wanted to happen. And so I'm just like, can you manifest something for someone else? Or does that have to be a joint project that you both are trying to manifest something together? And I apologize if you wasn't trying to talk about this at this point and you want to talk about something else.
Okay,
But,
okay. Well, we're gonna keep this short because I do want to talk about what we're talking about, but I am gonna give you my opinion about that, and I'm gonna keep it kind of short because maybe we can talk about this in depth tomorrow. But I'm going to say this:
okay.
if you are manifesting for someone else, it will really help if that person was working with you, because how do you know for sure that what you are trying to manifest that person really wants? What if that person really don't want it? It's you that want it, and the other person is just kind of like going along with you, and they really don't want it. And if they don't want it, it ain't gonna happen because they really on the other end saying, "I don't want to move." Like if you're trying to manifest the house and your husband or boyfriend or whatever really don't want to move, and you the one, I want a house, I want a house, and the husband is going, I want to stay here, I want to stay here. So when you're manifesting, and if that's your husband, both of y'all should be working together. You shouldn't be trying to
I
manifest for
yeah.
him. You understand what I'm saying?
I definitely understand
Because when
what you're
something is going
saying.
on between me and my husband, if we want something, that is a joint project. If we want a new car, we're going to, like now, we're manifesting a home. We both want a home. We're both, touching and agreeing together. It's not me trying to manifest a home for the both of us. No, we're working, we are both pouring our energy into that together because we are a team. So it should not be just one person trying to do the manifesting and the other person is sitting around either agreeing or not agreeing, and maybe he don't want what you want.
I think that it might be that he wants what I want, but we have different tactics, whether he wants to go through the church
and I want to go by other means necessary, and
See,
so I'm taking other
then
means.
there's a blockage there. And you trying to go through the ancestors, there's a huge blockage there, sweetheart. You will never get it. For one thing, the ancestors gonna look at you and be like, you don't even have y'all not even on one accord. So why would
And
we
I,
give you anything? Get your
with you
relationship together
saying that,
first before you come
yeah,
and ask us for any. No, sweetheart, it's not gonna work like that. It's not.
yeah, I thought that if I was the one that was doing it, and I was the one that was trusting, believing, whether it was manifestation or ancestors or whatever, I could do it on my own and say, I'm going to help in helping you get what you want. Because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit the family, and it just didn't work out for
And
the
it's
two of
not.
us.
It's not. Because y'all, for one,
And
and I'm gonna go to the Bible, y'all not equally yoked. You out here doing one thing, he over there doing something else. So how is it gonna work? Y'all gotta get on one accord. You trying to manifest one way, he's doing something totally different. Y'all, you're not agreeing. You're not touching and agreeing. Y'all not agreeing with each other. It's what you're doing is totally different. That's not how it works. The ancestors are gonna tell you, get your relationship right. Y'all not even on the same accord. Come back to us when y'all two work it out.
when we're all in sync, I get that.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to manifest something for someone else?
If I'm working for somebody, yeah. But they are agreeing with me. You're not your husband
Gotcha.
is not agreeing with you. He doesn't agree with the way that you're trying to do things. You're Am I understanding you correctly?
You are.
Okay.
You got it down pat.
Okay.
You have not missed anything whatsoever. You got it.
Okay. Then yeah,
I
that's not going to it's not going to work like that. You guys have to get on one accord.
I guess with me being not only new to marriage but new to spirituality, and the last time I talked to you, you told me to just get a reading, which I did not take that advice in vain, but you did tell me to do that. But I was just like, well, maybe this is something I can do without a reading because me and my husband both need. So I was trying to manifest a better job for my husband. So that's what I was trying to do. It didn't work out for him. I was heartbroken. He was heartbroken. I think I was more heartbroken because I felt like I was more invested because I was trying to manifest the job for him, and it didn't work out. And so now I don't know if I did something wrong with the manifestation, or like you said, we are not equally yoked in the aspect of us, he's praying, I'm manifesting something along those lines, and I just kind of felt a little defeated today.
Okay, well
And so
that's not it. You can't get upset because you know your manifestation didn't work out. Maybe it wasn't supposed to work out. But this is a conversation that you will have to have with me offline, okay? Because this is a little
yeah.
bit more detailed than what I want to go into right now. So send me an email and we'll talk about that. Okay?
Or email. Can I DM you on Instagram too?
Yeah, either one.
Okay.
Either one.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
for the guidance, and I'll reach out to you through your Instagram. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Ooh. Okay, whoever that was trying to call in, you can call back and put them on hold and answer your call. Um we only have one call in line. This ain't how they be doing on the Wiley show and all them other shows where they be having four. I don't know what they doing, child. But we ain't doing that, okay? So don't call when somebody else talking. Call now. Ain't nobody on there. Babe. Babe.
Yes.
Can you pass me some tissue? So whoever that was calling, you can call back now. And let's talk about what we talking about, and then we can talk about something else um later if possible. Oh, and one other thing that I did want to us to also talk about was the whole San Antonio gate situation also, and Jay Wilson and Fyebabe finally getting to the point where they are not in agreement. And I knew that all of this was coming. I had told you guys a while ago that this relationship with Jay Wilson and Fyebabe wasn't gonna last long. And so Fyebabe, honey, came out with her tambourine and was, I don't know what, I had a tambourine. I don't know what happened to it. She was singing her little song that Jay Wilson had her effed up. When I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, it's bad. It's bad. Do you hear me? I mean, she gave the spiritual rendition of Jay Wilson had her effed up. I mean, she put it was. I saw you get my plant.
Um, God, I didn't hit it. It was that thing.
She
And who took
had
it?
she had the Dr. Watts version, and you know that's one of them old hymnal songs. She did a whole song about how Jay Wilson had her effed up. I said, oh, that's the end of that relationship. But I have noticed that he ain't doing her like he did Tracy. Why he won't why he won't do Chi-Town like he be doing Tracy? Cause he be giving poor little Tracy a run for her money. But he won't do Chi-Town like that. He is still being very particular about his wording when it comes to Chi-Town. Like, why you won't just go on and get down with the get down? Because Chi-Town don't care. She is getting down with the get down. She did already said, you got me effed up. And she meant that. You got me effed up, Jay Wilson. Yimmy, y'all said I can't live life without a real reading. The spirits tell you the do's and don'ts to help you on earth. We're gonna save this manifestation topic for tomorrow. And that'll be a good that will be an interesting thing to talk about. Because when we talking about um gossip, I don't want to go into a spiritual thing. Yeah, Yemiya, I saw that video. Yemiya said he made a video crying and said no one ever loved him. That was when I knew that, he has what a lot of people call, and everyone leaves him. Especially I think that was his aunt that passed away, and he took her, it's like he took her death really personal, like she left him, and he does. Like Rico seems like a really sensitive um individual. And some of us are really sensitive and get hurt really easy. And I think sometimes we think that men don't have feelings, that they're not sensitive, and that they won't cry, and that they don't get hurt. We look at men like they're big and, aggressive and masculine and all of those things. All of those adjectives we put on men, but men cry, they get hurt, they have feelings, certain things bother them just like they bother us. And it does seem like Rico has been hurt. He's had, it just seems like he's had a lot of loss. And when he get a little bit too much of that Hennessy, get a little bit too much of that Hennessy under his belt, that Hennessy and that beer. When that Hennessy and that beer in them Newports get together, it's like a combination. When he drink that Henny and that beer and smoke them 1,000 Newports, he get to crying. He get to crying, child, and just telling people how they did hurt his feelings. And Wiley has hurt his feelings, and Chocolate Bay hurt his feelings. When Chocolate Bay said that Rico was low hanging fruit, I could tell it wasn't that he was mad, he was hurt. Because I really think that Rico thought that him and Chocolate Bay were friends. And for your friend to call you low hanging fruit, that would be like my husband talking about me in front of a bunch of people saying that I was fat. Yeah, she old fat. She my wife, but she fat. Oh, fat thing. I thought we was cool. How you gonna call me fat in front of all your friends? That's how Rico felt. And I don't blame Rico. Rico is justified in feeling that way. Because we was, and then after we get finished, you want to hide it and call me low hanging fruit? After we didn't, huh? I done gave you these 9 inches and now I'm low hanging fruit? No, that's what I'm not going to be. Rico said, no, I'm not. Not on this Friday of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm going to spill all the tea. I'm going to tell it all your business. And I don't blame him. I really don't. Y'all better not do nothing around Rico. Don't do nothing with Rico, because Rico gonna tell it. He gonna get drunk and he gonna tell it. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just gonna sit here and eat that thing? Come say hi. Say hi to the people. Say hi, Poo Poo. Say hi. Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it? Poor little thing. He done took the whole arm off. Here, baby. So yeah, don't um Chocolate Bay shouldn't have called him low hanging fruit. If all of y'all are doing the same thing, then y'all all on the same level. All of you. You're all on the same level. That's how I feel. Now I could be wrong. But if I'm wrong, I need you to tell me where I'm wrong at. Tell me how. Tell me where I went wrong. So Cindy said, hold on with that question that you have. Cindy said Rico needs help with his grievances. What do you consider grievances? Like his grief, his issues with grief? Rico is going to continue to do that because for one, he's not going to stop drinking. Rico's not going to stop drinking unless he gets some help. Someone was in the chat and said that they was a social worker, and if Rico wanted some help, she would help him. She would help him get some help with his drinking. I don't know if she wanted to help him with his drinking or, with his grief or, counseling, what. But anyway, she said that she would help him. Now, I'm not sure if, you know, she did reach out to him or if he did take her up on that, but you doing too much. It's hard for people. Oh, somebody said I rebuke the coronavirus. I heard that, girl. All over the world. You rebuking it everywhere, girl. Because I know the coronavirus is like, I don't care about your rebuke. Yeah, I mean, I think Easy E died from pneumonia, which is one of the things that. Will you stop doing that, please? Which is one of the things that one of the um, I don't want to call it a side effect, but it was one of the things that AIDS caused in a lot of people was pneumonia. And then that in turn would cause the lungs to fill up with fluid and it would kill them. A lot of people died from pneumonia because your body just cannot fight off the virus. You have no T cells to help fight off the virus, pneumonia, and you go. That's why a lot of people are not dying from the coronavirus because we have healthy T cells. We have, our bodies are basically healthy and it's able to fight the virus. Some people can fight the coronavirus and, they're in the hospital, they get fluids, they're feeling better and they're able to. For some people whose bodies may be weaker, like older people, there is a nursing home um, somewhere, and a lot of the older people in this nursing home are coming down with the virus, and they're getting sicker because a lot of the people in the nursing home were already sick. Like one lady, I think her mom had like emphysema or something, and she passed away. But see, she already had an underlying condition, so her body was just not able to fight off the virus because she was already sick. Plus, she was like, I think in her like 89 or 90 or something like that. So she didn't survive, and now this virus is sweeping the nursing home. And that can be very serious because a lot of these older people already have underlying conditions that, the body is not able to fight. Your immune system is already low. So, I mean, that's something that even people like Wiley and, all of these other young men need to really understand. Just because you see a lot of your friends walking around, with the virus, doesn't mean that you will have the same results that they have. What if you're allergic to PrEP? What if you can't take PrEP? Or what if you can't take whatever the medication is that they're taking for HIV? What if you are allergic to those medications? Then where does that leave you? And then they're saying that PrEP affects your, in the long term, it can affect your liver and your kidneys. So, what if you already have an issue with your kidneys, and as soon as you start on PrEP, you start to have problems? I would think that you wouldn't even want to get to that point. I mean, it just seems like, Wiley and this whole little group of young men are just not taking the disease as serious as it is. Because this ain't like catching diabetes. Like if I have diabetes, I ain't gonna give it to my husband. He can't catch it. This is something really serious. And a lot of these drugs that, they have to treat HIV and, PrEP and all of this. Like, PrEP is a new drug. That's not like an old drug. So they don't, have a lot of cases to compare, like the side effects and stuff too. Diseases like heart disease and diabetes and high blood pressure, the drugs that they have for these diseases have a long track record. There's been a lot of research. A lot of people have been on, those drugs. There have been millions of people who are diabetic. So insulin and diabetic pills and all of this stuff have already been used on a very wide range of people: black, white, Hispanic, Asian. There's so many people who are diabetic. So they have a longer track record. There, have been more studies done on those drugs compared to PrEP and, a lot of the um, HIV drugs. They've been on the market longer, if y'all understand what I'm saying. So, I mean, I don't know. Wildcard said all the virals affect liver and kidney functions. Eventually, you have heart issues. The kidney function and heart function are related. Yeah, I did hear that um, there is a very big kidney function. Um, that's one of the main things I guess that they have to have when they go on prep. They're supposed to have their kidney function checked every so often because um, it's really serious. I think a doctor said if you have the coronavirus once, you won't get that same strain again because there's more than one strain of this coronavirus. This is just the one that's big right now. And I think they said on that 2020 special that aired Friday night, if you catch this coronavirus, you won't catch this same one again if you survive. You won't, I guess your body will build up antibodies against this particular one. You won't catch the same one again. So people that survive the coronavirus and leave the hospital, they don't have to worry about catching it again because obviously their system was strong enough to fight it. That's what um, that's what they said Friday on 2020. That was a interesting when I got off the live and told you guys that I was going to watch that 2020 thing Friday night. It wasn't really, and now it was 2 hours. It was a little bit too long. After like the hour and 30-minute mark, it just seemed like they kind of started repeating themselves, and I kind of got out of it. No, I don't have Gmail. I have email. It's AOL. It's not Gmail.
Oh yeah, no.
Babe, I was like this. I do. That's my email address. I just put in the chat. Um, yeah, after about the hour and 30-minute mark, they kind of started repeating themselves, and I kind of tuned out. But it was an interesting show, and I'm pretty sure you could probably go on YouTube. 2020 does have a YouTube page, Channel 7 or something like that. If you look for it, you can probably find it. It was a interesting, informative, like especially the first part of the show was very informative. Lady Hathor said, yeah, those HIV meds have serious side effects too. I also heard that people have to change their meds because they will eventually stop working. And that's with a lot of meds. After a while, your body will build up a tolerance to them, and, either they have to up the dose or change the medication. That's even with high blood pressure medicine, sometimes that happens with them also. So um, it's not just those type of meds. That's just with meds, period. Because your body really does want to do the work, itself. But some things your body just, can't fight off. But it's attempting to fight. Like your own immune system is always gonna try to kick in and help, even though you're taking medicine. And if you're somewhat healthy, your own immune system will. You having problems? You just mad. Why you so mad today? Huh? You just tearing up the poor little dude? Oh, Gizmo! Look at you. Babe, put this on.
What?
Put this over there.
What?
That.
Put it over where? On the...
Yeah. You sit. No, it's gone now. It's gone, boo boo. It's gone. You done did your job. You ain't getting that back. I'm sitting here talking, and look what he done did. He done took all this out that poor little raccoon. No, you lost your privileges. Get down, Gizmo. It's gone. He just sitting there tearing that raccoon up, y'all. He was having him a good old time. He might as well get on over here and take him a nap after he done did all that. It's gone, boo boo. You better get you another toy. You done tore that one up. So, I mean, I really hope that Rico gets some help. I really do. I hope that he is able to listen to somebody and get some help, because that drinking, and how is all of that alcohol and prep working together, or whatever medication that he's taking. I'm pretty sure that, because most drugs tell you that you ain't supposed to be drinking. Most serious pharmaceuticals say on there, don't take with alcohol. And we know Rico out here drinking. He is doing some drinking. I don't have it, dude. I don't have it. You messed up. You the one messed up. I'm gonna sit here biting on. What is wrong with this TV? Babe,
Yes.
did they cut the HBO off?
What?
Oh, I don't know. Probably because I wasn't doing the right thing. No, it's fine. I'm tripping. I was about to have a heart attack. You not gonna kiss me? Babe, don't play with me. Your lips ashy anyway. Come on, take this lipstick. Your lips white anyway. You
Y'all
need some.
cold.
No.
What?
Yeah, yes they are. Your lips hecka ashy. Come on here and get.
That's not.
Your lips are ashy. Come on here and
That's
get some of
the
this
sun.
lip gloss. Come on. Come on,
That's
get.
the sun.
No, that ain't the sun. Your lips ashy.
That's the sun.
Come on
Good
over here and
boy.
get some of this lip gloss. Don't try to play with Gizmo.
Who want a piece of cheese? Let me give him a little piece.
He don't want no cheese. He want his toy back.
I know, but cheese is a good substitute. Oh, really?
You didn't even get it, because this a matte lipstick. This don't even transfer. You tripping for nothing.
Ooh, that's my shirt.
Boy, this matte. You didn't even get none, did you?
Right, Jack.
Call me later. I know you not. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. You know? You gonna leave your coffee?
Get my coffee, child.
Take your coffee. I don't want your
Stop
coffee,
trying to drink
child,
my coffee.
or your Raider cup. Take your own
Stop trying to
coffee.
drink my coffee.
Take your coffee.
I was trying to drink my coffee. You got my coffee, lady.
I don't want your coffee, sir.
Got my coffee.
See, they said you need some gloss. They said the peanut gallery needs some gloss.
Whatever.
Get this gloss, peanut gallery.
Whatever. Bye, you.
Bye. Call me later. Because he was on some meds and he was drinking alcohol and it made him have a seizure. You know, I really do worry about Rico when he when he gets, you know, seriously drunk. Because I be thinking this boy is gonna pass out on live one day. And no one is going to know how to call and say where he is. I mean, that's what scares me. Because sometimes he be, I just can't, I don't know, child. Gizmo, come sit down, because you're not getting that toy back. You might as well go on over there and get lamb chop or something. You're not getting that toy back. You did too much. You tore a whole hole in that toy, so you're not getting that back. Cindy said I put sea moss on everything. Girl, I seen that sea moss and I'm not messing with that. I saw what that looked like. She said these young folks think they invincible. They do. That's the thing, I think. I really do think that Wiley thinks he is invincible. He thinks that nothing is going to happen to him. He can do whatever he wants to do. Whose birthday was it? Happy birthday. Somebody said, happy belated. You have the same birthday as Aaliyah. Paris said, I'm NGL. What's that, girl? I'm NGL. I'm kind of paranoid about the coronavirus. My mom has lupus and gets sick easily. I've been keeping my butt in the house. Um, when I'm out in public, I'm, like kind of staying away from people because, um, so I have an autoimmune disease that is similar to lupus, but my immune system works in overtime. So my immune system actually attacks my own body. Like my immune system just be sending out, feelers that it ain't supposed to. Like, oh girl, I think you sick. Send out some stuff. And my body is like, girl, she not sick. Leave her alone. And my immune system be like, yes, she is. Here, 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 here. And, my immune system works too much. So it's very rare that I really get sick because when I do get sick, my immune system be like, see, I told you. And they be like, well, she just got sick. No, well, she been sick the whole time. And, my immune system will attack that. Where some people who have lupus, their immune system is really low. And, the slightest situation that they get into will make them sick. Where my immune system is on turbo and just working for no reason. So it actually attacks my body. Like my immune system be sending out stuff that it ain't supposed to be sending out, and that will make me sick, which is crazy.
Dave. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail,
Oh, they call from a private number. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, can I help you?
I was just wondering why. Do you think the Holocaust actually happened?
I'm not about to sit up here and be playing with these people. Now you see that? Okay, there we go. That's how I did. I'm not. I'm. Who said we was talking about that? Who? Who told you to call in and ask something like that? Were we talking about that? No. So we ain't gonna talk about that. I'm not time to be playing with these crazy people. I don't know why people under the influence of a substance. It's not that they think life is a game. It's not. People who are on, substances like crack or heroin or, pills or alcohol, they get on these substances and then they have a hard time getting off. It's not easy to just stop drinking. People who don't drink the majority of us don't understand that you can't just stop drinking. After a while, alcohol becomes a part of your physical makeup, and the body will start to crave the alcohol. Rico drinks every day because his body is craving alcohol, because it is part of his physical makeup now. So it's not easy to stop. For people that don't drink, it's easy for us to say, oh, well, they should stop drinking. But for people that drink, it's not that easy. Getting off alcohol, people who are really alcoholics, it is so difficult. Like they can have the shakes, the people who are detoxing from alcohol, a lot of them have to be put in the hospital because of the detox process is so difficult. Like, did you see Ray when he was coming off of heroin? How sick he was. They had to put him in the hospital. He was sick. That man thought that he was going to die. That's how real alcoholics detox from alcohol. So it's easy for us to say, but it's just not easy for them to get off. If it was, they would get off. I hung up because I didn't want to talk to them. That was a stupid question. In my psychology class, we learned that drug addiction is not a cause, but used as a treatment for a cause. I don't I don't really understand that. Oh Lord, help me with my ganja dependency. I don't know if you're trying to be funny or what. Detoxing from alcohol can kill you quicker than detoxing from opiates. Yeah, detoxing from alcohol is horrible. Just like heroin. Both of those can kill you. Dead. The detox from opium is from opioids is nowhere near as serious as the one from alcohol or heroin. Both of those can cause you to be very, very sick. I mean, run fevers and, throw up and your heart racing. You can have a heart attack and everything from detoxing. I'm glad you touched on that. Once you're on a chemical, as you stated, it becomes part of the individual. Your brain structure literally changes who you are as a person. It's an unhealthy treatment for their problems. It doesn't solve their problems. It just creates a escape temporarily. Yeah, it's a temporary fix, but once you become sober, whatever problems you had while you got away from them while you were drunk, once you become sober, those problems are still there. A lot of people don't understand that these chemicals become a basic part of your body, and if you don't have a certain level of alcohol in your body as an alcoholic, your body will start to, that switch in your brain will click on, okay, it's time for a beer or something. You got a drink, and then you'll go and get that drink. They have to in order to function. They will drink, they wake up in the morning, and where I wake up in the morning and grab a glass of water, they wake up in the morning and get some alcohol. Because if they don't, they start to feel sick. And it's sad. Like, I used to work, I've told you guys that I used to work with people who had chemical dependencies. And I used to, take them to AA meetings or whatever. And I would, sit in the back, and just to hear people, tell their stories of, how they detoxed. I mean, this one guy was like, when he was detoxing, like the demons were coming from, like it's called going through the DTs. That level of detox is really hard for people. He said he was, just seeing demons and everything when he was detoxing. He said he detoxed in his best friend's garage, and it took about 2 weeks. But his best friend put him in his garage. He stayed there with him when he started going through the DTs. After like maybe I think he said 3 or 4 days, he started going through the DTs, and that's when it just got really bad. His friend stayed with him as those, he was hallucinating and everything. When I would hear those type of stories, like I think I was probably in my 30s, early 30s or whatever then. I was like, never. And that, I really started to understand like what my mom had went through with her alcoholism. Well, she didn't go through it because she never got clean. Like, she would get close to clean, and then when it would get to that part of her getting sick, she would, go back to the alcohol. I mean, she was in recovery a few times in a inpatient facility and everything. And she had got really sick one night, and they took her to the hospital and, gave her IVs and, everything to help her feel better. And when she felt better, she signed herself out the hospital and was like, I'm not going back to that facility. They trying to kill me. And she started right back to drinking. And she was like, them people trying to kill me. They ain't gonna kill me. They out here trying to kill me. And she started right back to drinking. Every time she would go to a facility, she would get better and start back to drinking. It's a disease. And if they don't get help, they not gonna get better. Yeah, but I mean, my mother never switched to, she never switched to another substance. She stayed with alcohol. Alcohol was her drug of choice. She never did. She drank alcohol and smoked cigarettes. That was her thing. And she never, ever got clean. You know, I think, with my mom with her losing my sister died of SIDS. After that, it was just this downward spiral. And after she lost all of her kids, CPS, basically kind of like took us away. That was it. She was like, well, I done lost everything. And she, bottoms up, she just kept going. And, none of us were able to, to reel her back in. Even after we became adults and, we, as grown kids, we all got together how much we loved her, and we grown now, and we're making our own decisions. We're gonna try to help you. We're gonna do everything we can to help you. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. I don't know if you know it had just been too long. She just couldn't do it. She never got straight. And I just got to a point where I gave up. My brother was he was still trying to help her, but I gave up because she didn't want help. And she had told me that she didn't want help. She was like, it's too late now. My kids grown. I, they missed out on all y'all lives and stuff. And I really felt like if I show her that she has grandkids, you got something to live for. I really, at one point felt like, you can enjoy your grandkids. Let your grandkids love you. Love on your grandkids. Let them be the reason that you get clean. And she was just like, no, no, stop coming over here telling me I'm a drunk. I already know I'm a drunk. Leave me alone. You know I was a drunk. And I was like, all right, let me let you go. You know, those would be the type of conversations that we would have. You know I'm drunk. If you're not gonna bring me no wine and cigarettes, don't call me. I'll be like, all right then, because I ain't bringing you nothing. I'm not gonna feed your habit. I'll bring you a pack of cigarettes, but I'm not bringing you no wine. You can, girl, no. I would go over there and take her some cigarettes, or make sure she was eating and that kind of stuff. But I'm not gonna bring you no wine, girl. No, sweetheart, I ain't about to bring you no wine. You an alcoholic. What I look like bringing you some wine, girl? No. Mm-mm. Girl, I can't pronounce your name. Liruwan said I was masking molestation from my uncle.
Hello, it's Paris. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Hello?
Hello, this is Paris.
Hey, how you doing?
Did I pick the right number? Show her that she has.
Yeah, can you turn that down in the background though?
Yeah, my bad. Okay, so basically I have a story similar to the topic, which was about HIV.
Uh-huh.
So this happened about the last summer before me and my mother left to move to Ohio, and we were like still living with our father before she divorced him. We were living in Illinois, and one of his friends turned out to be pretty much like a predator. in the place we were living in Rockford, Illinois, and he had a little girl, and he had a girlfriend, and turns out that he's been like giving this girl HIV and gonorrhea and all these things for years, and because the place is like really small, it was going around because he was like pretty much preying on all the girls there. So it like was like a really big deal with like investigators and everything. So it was like pretty scary since like this man was actually in our home. We were like feeding him and like giving him like food and stuff. Like he seemed like a normal person, but like the whole time he had that. It was kind of like really terrifying because I was a little girl at the time. He would be like in the house with us, and my dad like he had a really like poor choice of friends. It's basically the story I have.
So he was. So you're saying that that was a friend of your father's?
Yeah, and he was basically he did get caught, but my father and his friends literally had to like set him up to catch him, so the police can like hide and like step out and like catch him because he was in hiding the whole time.
Wow. Well, he didn't. He didn't bother you, did he?
Oh no, he never got a chance. Like my mom is really crazy. Like she has like she's like very like I don't know, it's weird, like hypersensitive. Like when people come around, like she just kind of like always told my dad that like she felt weird about him and something about him that she didn't like. But he never listened until that happened.
Oh, until they found out about him.
Yeah, it never happened to me, but he was doing that to his like daughter. Like he gave her that for pretty much like 7 years, I think, because the girl was like I don't know, maybe 12 when he was doing that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, ladies, especially single mothers. You have to be really careful about who you're bringing into your home, who you're dating. And one thing is if you're dating someone and that person is afraid to
Mm-hmm.
take a HIV test, then that may not be the person for you.
Yeah, that's kind of like when people like the neighbors were trying to like warn her, like he's going, they told her like, he's going around with a lot of women. She didn't really believe anyone that was telling her that and then he started like he literally moved in next to us with another woman, and she had a little girl, and he gave them that too.
Yeah, you got to be careful who you have around your kids, especially when you have daughters. I mean, you got to be careful, period. Women, that was one thing that Sean Bradley brought up, but it was the way that he brought it up, blaming the women for spreading HIV. But women, we really do have to be careful who we are being intimate with, who we're having sex with, who we are allowing around our children, because there are so many men lie. I mean, women lie too, but men
Mm-hmm.
lie. And now their lie could affect your life. Because when they're lying about, being straight, when they're down low and you don't know who they having sex with, they don't know who they having sex with. Because, all these men are on these gay apps and they're just going around having sex with each other, and then you end up having sex with someone that then had sex with somebody that lied about their HIV status, and bam, here you go with a disease. Like, it's so serious about being careful who your children are, around, especially, but we can't even say especially daughters anymore, because a lot of these, perverts or, predators or whatever, they will take your daughter or your son. It don't matter
Yeah,
now.
and it was like really scary because this actually happens a lot in Chicago because like the women specifically there, they don't really care about their children. They kind of just when there's like especially a man involved, they kind of just get brainwashed and just don't really care about their children's whereabouts at all. It's really sad.
Well, I mean, that's a broad. You just made a very broad, generalized statement. I mean, it just happens. That kind of stuff happens everywhere. I don't, I can't say that it just happens in Chicago. Women, once we, get with a man that portrays himself a certain way, and then he turns out to be something else after you start liking him. That happens a lot. Women, we just have to be more cautious when it comes to intimacy with people that we don't know. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's what I
mean?
was like.
Like, you just
Yeah,
cannot be intimate with somebody that you just met. It's too serious now to be doing that kind of stuff unless you're going to be protected. That's what they make condoms for. Protect yourself. Condoms are free. You can get condoms from anywhere, and it ain't like they cost that much money. You know what I mean? It's not like a box of condoms costs $500. You can get a box of condoms for nothing.
yeah,
And
it's so
stop letting
funny.
these men tell you that they don't want to wear condoms. Well, if you don't want to wear a condom, you don't want to have sex.
Yeah, it was like really disturbing just finding out like all the things that was like happening there last summer when it could have like easily been avoided just by like being safe. But I feel like it was like kind of weird that this was happening to like the little girl for that many years and the mother didn't like notice at all. It was just kind of strange to me as she so happened to not notice that.
Yeah, I mean, it does happen. Well, I'm glad that he was finally caught and is no longer doing that.
Yeah, of course, he's like in there for a really long time because that's considered murder.
Oh, okay. Okay, sweetie. Well, thank you for calling.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye.
Okay, bye bye. Yeah, we have to be really careful about we have to be not only careful with our bodies, but we have to be careful about our children. Like, I was looking at, there was an article about Nicki Minaj husband had got arrested because he didn't register as a sex offender wherever they moved to. I didn't even know her husband was a sex offender. Um, and so because he didn't register, he had got arrested and he got out of jail. But I'm like, why would you marry someone with that in their background? Now, they say that this incident that happened to him happened when he was really young. I guess he was 16 and the girl was 15 or 14. I don't know, child. But it was something that happened between him and a young lady that caused him to be forever labeled as a sex offender. And I'm like, why would Nicki Minaj marry somebody that um has that? Like, why? Why, girl? Did she had to know? She had to know because wherever they move, he has to register. Like, he can't live within a certain amount of distance to a school or nothing. They can't have no kids living with them. You can't live near no daycare. Nothing. What? Why, boo boo? Why would you marry a sex offender? someone that is, don't you have to register for the once you are convicted as a sex offender, don't you that follow you for the rest of your life? Like you don't get off the sex offender registry list? Don't that follow you forever? Why? Why would Nicki Minaj want to marry him? She had to have, yeah, you have to know. You know, and then that gives young girls look at that, because I was reading the comments and a lot of these young girls was like, they shouldn't have even arrested him. Why did they arrest him? They just messing with him because that's Nicki Minaj's husband. That's our queen. Your queen has a husband that is a sex offender. Now you know I'm about to be dirty. Never. Nikki, your husband is a whole sex offender, girl, and he got arrested because he didn't register as a sex offender. Did they move to Miami? What was the story? I'm about to pull it up because I don't want to lie on this man. I don't want to lie. Let me pull it up because I need to know where did. Let me see. Where did they move from? That's him. It says Nicki Minaj husband registers as sex offender in California after arrest. Nicki Minaj husband has finally registered as a sex offender in the state of California following his arrest last week. Kenneth, I ain't gonna say his last name, 41 years old, listed in the California Department of Justice database with a new mugshot to boot. His offense is entered as attempted. Okay, this video is already demonetized because we didn't talk about HIV and everything else. It says his offense is entered as attempted rape by force or fear. So that was what he did to the girl. Um, Kenneth was placed in federal custody earlier this month for failing to register as a sex offender in California following his move to the Golden State from New York, where he is already registered. He was convicted in 1995 of attempting to rape a 16-year-old girl. It says here that he was 15 and she was 16, but I don't think that's true. And they say that they were in a relationship. Um, Nikki is 37 said in his defense in December, but go off internet. Y'all can run my life. Y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run y'all own life. So Nikki married the guy in October of last year. Ain't no way. Ain't. Do you hear me? Ain't. No way. I'm going to marry a sex offender. Okay? Ain't no way. Ain't. My husband Uh, my husband is a military veteran who was discharged honorably. He served in the United States Army, the Army active duty, and the reserves. He was a police officer for Oakland, where we live now, and now he has a another profession. He ain't never been to jail. Not one. He has never spent the night in jail. Neither have I. I'm not marrying no sex offender. Okay? I don't I don't care how old you was when it happened. Every state they move to, he has to register with that state. He has to sex offender. I'm not. And then girls that look up to Nicki Minaj have the audacity to look up and be like, "Oh, her, oh God, Jesus, help us all, help us all, Jesus." Paris said these celebrities date for image. What image? What? There's no image there. That's not no image. He has no image. He is a certified, bona fide sex offender. There's no image. He is not even on Nikki's level. Now you talking about unequally yoked? Your husband is a certified sex offender. Like every state that they move to, he has to register. I'm here. People say you look like Nicki Minaj. I wouldn't even want to look like her. It, there has to, like, what? What is it? There has to be something wrong with Nicki. Girl, you could have any. What? Who was she with? Was she with Meek Mill? Who was she with, y'all? Was she with Meek Mill? She didn't stay with Meek. Who wasn't she with Meek? Girl, you left Meek, but wasn't Meek in trouble too though? Didn't he just get out of jail not too long ago? But he ain't no sex offender though. He ain't got the register. And it's different. Like, my both of my kids have did some things when they were teenagers. They, went to jail, but this like weed. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have like little weed charges or whatever, but they don't have to register as a weed offender. That kind of stuff does not affect who they are as a person. And I know we all, you know, grow up and hopefully change who we are as a person, but if a man tells me that I had a charge as a teenager and I'm like, okay, well, what type of charge? What are we talking about here? And he says attempted rape, and I'm on the sex offender list. I'd have been, that'd have been the end of that. I'd have changed my number, address. You just wouldn't have found me no more. Hi, Bree. You wouldn't have never found me again. We can't talk. I'm legally deaf. I I can't talk no more. I would have never talked to him again. I'd have been like, well, It was nice meeting you. What kind of story? Classic Man TV. What kind of story? What kind of story could there be with attempted rape? Help me, cause I know y'all men, y'all love to defend each other. So come on, help me, Classic. Help me understand a story where a man that is a sex offender that is going to have to register in every state that we move to. Help me. Help me figure that out. Tell me what the back. Tell me what the backstory is for someone that gets charged with attempted rape. Help me, because I'm pretty sure there is a backstory, and I know that teenagers do things that they ain't supposed to know. Because I was a teenage girl and I did a few things that I wasn't supposed to do. I didn't get caught though, and I wasn't, I ain't get caught. Let's say that. I know that girls do things, but this the thing right here. This man was convicted, so that means he went to a court of law. And hold on. I'm gonna stop you in your tracks. I know that there are a lot of black men that get convicted for things that they did not do because one was just put to death recently. I know that that happens, and I know you're going to try to use that. Okay, I believe it. I know it happens. I've seen it happen. I know that black people get worse, harsher sentences than anybody else. I believe that and I know it's true. But I'm still not going to marry no man that was convicted of rape and is on the list of, you got to register as a sex offender no matter what state we live in. It's not gonna happen. And especially if I'm a multi-million-dollar recording artist, I don't need you, boo-boo. I can get anybody. So why do I need Joe Blow that has to register as a sex offender? No, she don't have to deal with him. Don't you call me and cuss me out.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
It's me again. Sorry. But now it's not personal.
Who is
and
this?
I hear Stephanie.
Oh, okay.
But to your point, and I agree with everything that you say, I just don't understand Nicki Minaj's perspective because you went through so much with your brother, with her brother. She went through so much with her brother and the charges that he faced with whatever he did with his stepdaughter, that you turned around and you married someone that has the same charges, maybe not with the stepdaughter, maybe with just a high school crush, but you still married someone that has some allegations towards him. They gave him a chance, and I just don't understand why.
But these are not allegations, sweetheart. This is this is more than allegations. This man went to court and he was sentenced and convicted. So this is not an allegation.
I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Oh yeah, well don't give her the benefit of the doubt. But you know what I think? I think that he probably said, well, your brother did it and you forgave him. Why you can't forgive me? You know, of course she's going to have compassion for her brother. I can see her having compassion for her brother. That's her blood. Even, my brother then did a lot of dirt he's done a lot of dirt to me. I'm not talking to my brother, but I still wish him well. I can see her,
Right.
wanting the best for her brother. That's her brother. But, dude, you didn't have to marry him. They don't have no kids together.
Right.
You don't have to
Right.
marry him,
You
girl.
have no ties to this man.
No, that's
You
what I'm
decided
saying.
that you wanted to have this man enter into your life outside of what you was doing with your family, your own business.
Wasn't your
You
brother
dealt with
enough?
a man.
Wasn't your brother enough to deal with?
Exactly. I would think that you dealt with this enough with your personal life that romantically you would have said, you know
I don't
what,
wanna
you
deal
got
with
a
that
lot
no
of
more.
baggage going on. I don't think I want this in my personal life. And she did. And then when she decided to do it, you can't be crying back. Wherever you and your husband go, he got to be listed as a sex offender, at least in the greater United States.
Yeah,
Now,
whatever
outside
state
the
they move
country,
to. Wherever they
Yeah.
go. Whatever state they
Now-
move to, he has to register or he will go to jail.
why would you, as a celebrity, want to even deal with that? You had a choice picking. As a successful woman, you had your choice picking. Why would you choose that as an individual? What does he have to offer you? That's what you want. That's what I don't understand. Because you had your choice.
That would be like
Whether-
me. That would be like, let me tell you this. When I worked as a alcohol and drug counselor, you would not believe the men that was hitting on me. And I would be like,
Okay.
don't these men understand that they don't have a snowball's chance in hell? You are a recovering crackhead. What would I look like?
What can you do with? I can't do nothing for you, baby. Nothing.
What am I gonna do with a recovering? I know you in recovery. You're not doing crack right now, but you 2 months off of crack. What can I do with you?
Right. But that's the issue that I cannot wrap my head around.
Me either.
If you are a successful woman, a successful artist, you done made the charts, and now you have lowered yourself to be with a potential pedophile, a potential, what they call it,
Well, at this point, he's not potential. He is a registered sex offender.
sex offender. And then her, with her brand and who she is, you still decide to be with this man. And I'm just like, out of all of who you could have choose to be with, you chose this.
And I'm not
And
saying that people don't change. I do understand that people change. This man could be totally different than what he was in the past. But you are still a sex offender.
Yes, I mean, I'm not who I am at the age of 14, 15, 16. I get that. But I ain't got no damn record. Excuse my language.
Me either.
I ain't got no record.
Not one.
So, not one. So, why is it that out of all the men that she could have been with, all of them,
You pick
she
him.
decided to be with this one that does have a record with her brother going through the mess that he's going through. Why would you do this to yourself? your brother don't make your reputation look any better than
But
what it is.
your husband, because of course when he got arrested, it made the blogs. It like I'm not gonna say it made the news, but it made the
It
blogs.
did.
Like it made the
It
shade
did.
room. Oh, it made the news too, girl. It probably did. It
It
probably did.
probably did. I ain't gonna say it
But I
did,
know
but
it
why
made the shade
wouldn't it?
room. It made all of the blogs, Daily Mail, all them blogs, child. It made them all. And that makes you look bad. That's your husband. If my
Exactly.
husband do something crazy, I'm not even
Yes.
famous. But if my husband does something crazy, people gonna be looking at me. They gonna be like, "Girl, I just saw your husband in the newspaper, and I'm not even
And
famous. Your
that's what I
husband is
that
attached to you."
yes. That's
So,
what I was
girl,
saying.
your husband is a whole sex offender,
Your
Nikki.
husband is doing X, Y, and Z, and you're choosing to ride for him. And in different circumstances, that would be honored. You ride for your husband. You're there for your husband. You're there to support your husband. But in this type of incident, brother, it's
Now, your brother, I understand. I mean, I do, especially if they're close. I
um,
understand that. Do I agree with it? No, but I do understand it.
I
But this dude, I'm
understand being
sorry,
their
I
support.
don't get that.
I understand to a certain extent that your brother, that got the same parents, y'all was raised in the same household, y'all learned the same lessons, so you don't understand your brother doing these things. But in the day, your brother committed crimes that hurted women, and now these women are hurt, and now you're a superstar, and now you gotta to speak on that, and you don't want to speak on it, and that's fine too, because this is your brother's crimes. But then it doesn't help your situation to marry said sex offender. It does not help the
They
situation
don't.
at all. At
So
all.
I don't
You
know.
gotta speak on
And
your
I
husband's
mean, that
crime.
kind of made me look at Nikki just kind of like, girl, what is going on with you? Like, why? What? You didn't have to marry him. Like, I'm
I don't
sorry.
know
I'm
what
not
the
about to be
rush
in no
was.
relationship with. No, I'm not.
I guess my question is what was the rush? You knew this man,
Well,
and you knew his
they
history.
have been together, hadn't they? Been together for a little while.
Right. And because of that, what was the rush? There was nobody rushing you to
And
do
who is
this.
he? Is he in the entertainment industry? Like, do he have any money?
Right.
Do he have any money?
Right. I don't know. Because to me, he was a nobody.
Yeah,
But you rushed
that's
out
what
to
it looked
marry
like to
this
me too.
man.
That's what
And
it
in
looked like
my
to me.
mind, what was your rush to marry this man? Because he ain't got no good history. His history's not good. So what was the force behind getting married? I could see you marrying an upstanding citizen.
Like another
You didn't
rapper or
even do
somebody in
that.
the industry, a producer or anything.
Anything. But she didn't do that. And that's what I don't understand, because in my mind, if you're going to marry somebody, at least got a good criminal background. Ain't been to jail, ain't got no warrants, ain't got nothing against them. But you marry the first thing in sight. They got a damn bad background.
A
The same thing you
horrible
do with your
background.
brother.
That's something that's really bad. Like, before me and my husband got married, like, of course, I didn't do like a background check on him, but I knew that he, has never gotten into any major trouble. I think my husband was
Right.
probably more concerned about me because, I grew up in the hood. a hood girl. I'm from the projects. So he
But
was probably more worried about me than I was worried about him, but I ain't never been in no trouble. You know what I mean? I ain't never been to jail.
this day and age is nothing for somebody to go into the internet and type in the name and see what type of history they have. And that's the average Joe.
Right.
You got more leverage than we do, and you still said, I'm going to make this my husband. That's what I don't understand. Because me personally, if this was my potential husband and you got these type of charges, I would be on some, maybe we need to be friends because you can't be my husband because you got a lot going on. And that's what I don't understand
You
with
got
her.
too much going on.
She got so much to lose.
You got too
This
much.
man ain't got nothing to lose.
You got too much
He's
to
on the
lose.
come up. You got so much to lose. You got so many women and people looking up to you. You got a lot to lose, and you putting your bets on this guy that got a history. And I'm just like, girl. And I'm not saying I was a Barbie fan. I'm not a Barb.
Me either.
But what makes sense to me is like, this don't make sense, girl. For business, I'm going to count my life.
I found out who he was, I wouldn't have had nothing else to do with him. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking about like if we, when you think about something like that, you are thinking about like everywhere we go, you're gonna have to register. You're gonna go to jail if you don't register. This is going to be a problem for me. Like I'm not about to have you out here tarnishing my brand, tarnishing what I have built up, and you a convict. You out here a whole convict? No.
This was a lesson for her, and it says that he registered in New York and he registered in California, but going forward, he got to register to whatever.
He got to register every state they move to. Everywhere they move, he has to register. Plans.
And I'm just like, why would you put yourself in that situation that now your name is attached to the state that he doesn't register for because you got a tour in Idaho. And
but see, she should have knew that. She should have knew that. She should have made sure, okay, we move into California, you got to register. You have to do it. So if he can't even listen to you telling him something like that, then y'all don't need to be together. He's not ready to get married. He wasn't ready. Because he's not even using common sense.
Right.
You're not even using common sense at this point.
But at that point, she's not using common sense.
Yeah, neither one of them. But she didn't use. Well, we already know that she's not going to use common sense because she married him.
You got that right. But the fact that she decided to marry him, she should have been all invested in the laws that took to marry him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that means that every state that I want to move into, you got to make sure that you're registered, then that's what it is. And she didn't even do that for him as his wife. Not saying that that's her responsibility, but if you're taking him on with all his baggage as the wife.
Well, that is her responsibility. That's her responsibility as a wife. Like, it's my responsibility to make sure that my husband has a checkup every year, and all of these things that men don't do. You got to make sure that you nudge him to do that. Like, yeah, babe, if you're supposed to do something, then you have to do it.
That's what I don't understand, because this could have been avoided from the media.
Right.
If this is your man, and you're willing to ride for this man.
When they moved, that should have been the first thing that he did when they moved. He should have just went on down there and registered like he was supposed to, and then that would have never happened. You would have been in the media because you would have been straight. But no, he didn't do that. You want the
And I
police
don't
to
know
arrest you and post your mug shot
exactly.
on all of the blog
Yes.
sites and embarrass the
It's
heck out of me. Now I'm
but
embarrassed.
now you have to look at is a situation, but is it a situation of no bad press is still considered as good press because somebody is still highlighting it.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
bad though.
that is bad,
That's
but
bad.
the fact that she's still being talked about is this what you wanted? Because now you're highlighting your husband and his indiscretions or whatever.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
would
because
think
now
as
they're
a
talking about you
celebrity,
in a negative light. They're not talking about
yes,
you in, it's not positive. It would be different if they were talking about you in a positive light. But girl, they talking about your husband. Your husband is a whole sex offender and you out here looking like a fool.
and you look like a fool because you chose this man. And
Yeah,
not only that, not the fact that you chose this man, but now your family already got a history of sex offending because
yeah,
your brother got a
yeah.
charge.
That's
Like, why
true.
would you do this to yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, you should try to choose an upstanding guy. They ain't got no history
Yeah.
to him. Forget y'all being harsh. We're on some, this nigga, sorry, excuse my language, ain't about nothing. I can't deal with him. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't about nothing. I better leave him alone. Because it ain't going to take me nowhere. And I just don't understand that you got the money in place, you got the lawyers in place, but yet you still go back to this.
Yeah. All right, girl, let me get ready to
Um,
get off of here because TMZ that came on and it's time for me to y'all know how I am about my TMZ.
And I know how you get. I want to make one more comment because the last time I was on the live with you, you took a call from Kentucky from a gay male, and the conversation was great. The only thing I didn't like about it is that initially he said he was 39, and then once you start digging into that tail like you do, he said he was 31. And I'm just like, was I the only one that caught that or not? But I'll let you go.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even hear that. I was
He
just
said
listening
he
to
was.
the comment.
He said he was 39 in the beginning of the conversation, and then towards the end, he said he was 31. And then I called in to break up the conversation because I'm like, this boy lied, and I need to break up this conversation or whatever. I'm just like, how you start off the conversation saying you're 39, and then at the end of the conversation you said you was 31.
Oh, okay. Well,
I have a problem with
I'm
that.
glad you called me because I ain't catch it.
Well, uh, if you get time or if you even got the energy to even want to focus on that, because I get it. You might not even want to deal with it.
Yeah, nah, girl, that's in
But
the past. I don't care about the no. That I
listen
don't
to
care.
it. Listen to it. He said, I'm 39. I'm a 39 gay male from Kentucky or whatever. And then he said, I'm 31. I'm just like, what are you? Are you 39 or 31? I don't know. Because
Oh,
that was the fish conversation.
oh,
But
okay.
let you go. So you
Okay,
watch the
sweetie.
TV,
Thanks for
girl.
calling. Okay.
I'll call the next time you're on live. Thank you. I
Okay.
love you, and
Love you too.
I appreciate you. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Y'all know, y'all know that TMZ is on and they gonna be talking about the baby. I don't know if y'all know that the baby slapped one of his fans at the concert. Uh, he said that the girl hit him in the face with her cell phone. First, he said she hit him in the face with her cell phone. Then he doubled back and said that the cell phone got too close to him and, he couldn't see because the light from her cell phone was, messed with his vision or something. But he slapped her. Like he slapped fire from her. And so he has uh, come out and apologized. And yeah, I think it's going to have to be a little bit more than just I'm sorry, because you can't just be out here slapping people, the baby. Okay? You can't just be slapping people because they get too close to you. Because I don't believe that this woman hit him in the face on purpose. It was so crowded. He was, moving through the crowd and he got hit, honey. He turned around and he slapped fire. Ooh, TMZ said, the baby. So the baby went on, see, let me tell y'all young people something. Because for some reason, y'all think that the hood justice is real justice. If you hit me, I'm going to call the police and have you arrested because that's assault. Okay? If we're in a crowded situation and my phone accidentally hit you, because I do not believe that this girl hit him on purpose. You paid money to get into that concert, so why would I then purposely hit the artist? It was crowded where he was walking. So yeah, you're gonna get pushed, and because everybody is trying to take pictures with you. That you're trying to get close to you. They trying to see you. They trying to touch you. And this girl, got a little bit too close. And honey, the baby retch. He retched way back here. He retched back to that oatmeal where that oatmeal at, and just pow. And it was a young lady. So I guess when he got on stage, honey, they booed him because a lot of people saw it. He got booed. I think I messed up my hair. I'm trying to slap. I messed my hair up. Um. So then he went on Instagram with this little fake apology. First he said, do anybody know who that girl was? Do anybody know her government name? Who that girl was? So my attorneys can get with her because she violated me. She hit me. And then I guess his people must have told him, okay, you being stupid. So the next thing he put on Instagram was he laying down in the bed because he's so tired. Yeah, you could get flued out. You want to get flued out and sit down and have a talk with me. You could get flued out and we could talk. You shouldn't have got that close to me, but you could get flued out and we could talk about it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, we're not gonna. I'm not gonna get flued out. They talking about it on TMZ. It happened in Tampa. She didn't hit him. She didn't hit him. She did not hit him. TMZ is showing it up closer. She didn't hit him. She lawyered up. She lawyered up. She lawyered up. Emotional. She talking about injured. I'm scarred for life. So she hasn't prosecuted yet. They booed him off the stage. And they should have. And women, y'all should be, the baby should not be able to perform nowhere where it's a woman at. Y'all should be booing him every time he show up to a concert. Y'all women should not be buying no tickets. Y'all should be showing up there with them pink pussy hats on, talking about the baby is a woman abuser. You hitting on women. We not ever gonna buy your tickets. You are nothing. You are nobody. You are a abuser, and we ain't taking that from no baby, no adult, no cat, no dog, or nobody else. You better not never hit nobody else. Girl, we got way more than 4 cases of the coronavirus here in California. So 4 cases ain't nothing in Tennessee. We got a whole cruise ship full of people in Oakland. We got 3,500 people on a cruise ship right now. We don't know how many of them dang on people are infected. Go in a minute. Hold on, cause I didn't get a chance to see what classic man T. Cause he probably like the only man here. What did he say? Hold up, what's the call in number? Cause y'all throwing this man under the bus without the whole story. You ain't got the story. So let me ask you this: Meek Mill Safari 2. I'm trying to. You ain't reading it. I'm. So what is the story behind that? You ain't. Is he still here? Cause I want him to call. He could be the last caller. Since he know the backstory, I want him to call and explain it to us. Cause you know y'all men be coming up with some. Y'all be having some doozies too. Y'all if y'all don't know the story, y'all gonna make it up. Y'all men be coming up with some stories. Y'all will defend another man to the end of time, honey. So I want you to come on, call on in here, child, and defend this sex offender. Do that. You be the last person to call. Call on in here and defend this sex offender. That's what I want you to do. Because I don't want no men to be like, oh, she won't even let the men talk. I'm going to let you talk, sweetheart. I'm going to let you tell the story. I ain't going to say a word. We going to listen. We going to give you the flow. Sure will. Call in, honey. Call in. Make sure that everybody is here. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you want to throw something in my PayPal or Cash App is the same name as my YouTube channel. Y'all got 316 cases? 316 cases in the UK? You're in the UK? Girl, you are not wearing gloves, respirator masks, and swimming goggles. No, sweetheart. Oh, he said he had to get back to work. Oh gosh, I wanted him to call. Well, I hope he come back tomorrow. I might come back on later on. Y'all know I'll be saying that and I'll never come back. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, sweetie. You had to go back to work. Yeah, I want him to come back. Does he have a YouTube channel? Let me see. Does he have a channel? Yeah, he got a few. Oh no, I don't think those are his videos. So, yeah, I hope he comes back. Okay, y'all, I'm finna go. We've been on here for 3 hours. Y'all know that is longer than I like to go. But this was, I mean, it was a interesting topic today. So I'm glad that everybody called in. I'm so glad that when everybody calls, you're all so respectful. I love everybody in my chat because my chat always stays respectful. You guys are respectful of each other. You're always respectful of me. And I really appreciate that. And I want us to have more conversations like this that most people don't talk about or feel uncomfortable talking about. Like, we can do a call-in show um, often. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to do some readings, but like I said, if you want a reading, you could say which deck you want your reading from. I will put them in the, you know, the little thing. The what is it called? I can't. Names of the decks in the community tab. But I think tomorrow I want to do like some readings from the new decks that I just purchased, which is the Witches deck and the other Star Seed deck. So if you want a reading from one of those decks, it is a full moon. I'm probably going to have to come back tonight because it's a lot going on. It is a full moon tonight. So don't forget to cleanse your crystals, your if you have puppets or spirit dolls or anything like that. Tonight is a great night to clean those under the full moon. Tonight is a great night to take a spiritual cleansing bath. If I'm not mistaken, I have a video about that. You can go back and look under the playlist. I'm not really sure, but it might be one. Go look and see, child. But tonight is a great night to do a spiritual cleansing. Make sure you charge and cleanse your crystals. So I might come back later and talk about that. This would be a really good today and tomorrow would be a really good day to do a real full moon reading. So if you want a reading from me, if you want a reading tomorrow, you have to pay in advance. So you can go to PayPal, and they start at $5 a card. So you can go to PayPal, pay for the reading, and I will, see who paid, and you will get a slot on the show tomorrow. Okay, if you pay, you will get a slot for sure. You will be able to call in if you paid for your reading. If you want to, ask a very deep spiritual question, pay for your spot. People who pay will definitely get a chance to call in. So you can do that with PayPal or Cash App, same name, Omo Oshun 94602. If you want to send me an email and you want to work out a reading, a 2 card reading, or whatever, and you want that to be on air, pay for your slot, and you can get that tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the on the community tab, which and you pick which tarot deck you want, and we will go from there. Come say goodbye. Come on. Come here. Why are you acting like that? Say goodbye. Come here. Stand up. There you go. Say goodbye. Tell them you love them and thanks for being respectful to your mommy. Thanks for liking your mommy and coming to spend 2 hours out of your day with your mom. You're slipping. You're falling. Thank you for being nice to my mommy. I love you guys and we'll see you tomorrow, okay? Love you. Bye. I'm already gone because I don't want her holding me that long. Okay, I love you guys and I'll see you tomorrow. Or if I feel like coming back later on tonight, maybe we'll get a chance to do a few of the readings from the new deck tonight. Or maybe we'll just do something tomorrow. If I don't come back, we ain't doing it. If you don't see me, I ain't here. Okay? If I don't come back by 8 o'clock, if you ain't see me by 8 o'clock, I ain't coming. Because I'm watching 911 by the end. So, if it's 8 o'clock, I ain't coming. Okay? I love you guys. Bye.